He has some unique things that he does that are just that are hard to teach.
He's about as real deal as it comes.
Yeah, like just reinventing the position almost, like the way he plays it in a way.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I was like, oh my God.
Patrick Mahomes is, let me be clear about this, he's the best player who ever lived. He is a guy who has more influence on the outcome of a given game and who doesn't fold under pressure.
When did I know he was going to be special? His first throw, his rookie year in training camp. I knew he was going to be special.
And they ain't the only ones gabbing about Patrick Mahomes. Players all over the league, even legends of the past, had a lot to yak about him.
I thought it was trash. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't even gonna cap, man. When he first got there, I was like, they who y'all drafted right here?
But first, Patrick Mahomes had one of the NFL's big kahunas praising him after one of the most record-breaking games in history. And that was only part of what Aaron Donald thought after all hell broke loose. The stage was set for a showdown between two of the best teams in the league, Mahomes' Chiefs versus Aaron's Rams. Everybody was making nutty plays, and eventually Mahomes got rolling with a few of his own. Both started making history until they eventually combined for over 100 points scored before the game was even over. Unfortunately, though, in a game as awesome as it was, Mahomes not only forced a pass, which was picked for his second interception, when he luckily got the ball back and everything came down to a final drive with the game on the line. Mahomes cost his team the win. With his third interception, that one literally threw the game away. When this wacky matchup came to an end, it was a loss for Mahomes. But cameras did catch Aaron walking away from Mahomes after the play, and it turned out they actually had a secret chat.
He's a special guy. And I said that after we got done playing him. He put his head down after he threw that last interception, and I told him, you one hell of a football player, the things he was able to do, the throws he was able to make, not too many times I gave respect like that, but I had to let him know that, I think he's going to be, one of the greats, continue to work. I think he ain't gonna do nothing but keep getting better. That's the scary thing. So, he's one hell of a football player.
What a bunch of NFL big shots recently blabbed about Mahomes helped snag him an award.
Who gets your vote for the top player in the league this past year?
Mahomes. If I had to name one.
Yes, right now.
Mahomes.
I'm going to throw Pat Mahomes in there.
All right, I'm gonna do Patrick Mahomes first because that game he played was crazy.
I gotta say Patrick Mahomes.
This is what they talked about him in the 2020 season where he took the 4th place.
I think Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes, he's just special.
Boy, he is a problem.
That's kind of like that it factor, that thing that, you can't really explain, but he just got it.
Number one,
yes.
Patrick Mahomes.
No question.
Is it?
You have been named the #1 player on this year's Top 100.
Let's go.
Trophy, sir.
That's awesome. I appreciate it.
Things kicked off during interviews when players were asked who the top dog in the world was. They weren't just stars saying Mahomes was the best with no proof. Some players laid it all out, breaking down why his most iconic plays put him ahead of the pack.
I saw him make a play where he's scrambling to the right, almost gets tackled, flips the ball upfield, running back catches it, goes and scores about 60 yards.
It's like the time he chucked one of his craziest touchdowns ever. By the time literally everyone thought he was toast, he pulled off something that the NFL had never seen before.
Definitely an accomplishment that I always will have now. I think it is heavy. Super heavy.
So, okay, so far, we've only heard people praising Mahomes, but not every NFL player has good things to say about him. Like Joey Bosa doesn't only think completely differently than anything we've discussed. He doesn't want to see or hear about Mahomes. And it ain't because the dude sounds like Kermit. Here, Mahomes has quickly become one of Joey's biggest rivals, because it seems like every time they face off, they're going right at each other. Now, of course, Mahomes is always putting up crazy performances and winning almost every single time. Sometimes, though, Joey gets the best of him and turns him into the bully. During games, he'd sack Mahomes and do a little celebration. He'd hit Mahomes so hard, the dude fumbled, and he even looked like he was trying to injure Mahomes during some plays. Jesus. Regardless, though, the real animosity that Joey was feeling wasn't set until Mahomes was featured on the viral Netflix show Quarterback that everyone, obviously including me, was watching, hoping Joey would dance if he was going to piece the show.
Okay, how about this? Everybody's watched that the quarterback documentary right on Netflix. How come? Well, you win.
I'll watch that. But
you haven't watched it?
I'm gonna watch a documentary on Mahomes.
I don't know. I mean,
for what?
I don't know. Because at least it's some kind of football.
There's 8 billion shows on TV.
I wouldn't want to watch a show about someone who whips my butt either. Joey Bosa and Patrick Mahomes have a big competition that's really exciting. It's not just about trying to win on the football field, but also about trying to outsmart each other. Joey is very strong and keeps trying to beat Patrick, which makes it hard for Patrick. Every game they play is like a new story, full of excitement and big moments. Patrick is usually calm and can make plays that surprise everyone and help his team win. But Joey never stops trying his best. Their competition shows us the best parts of football and how much they love playing the game. What do some other NFL stars think of Mahomes? He nearly got him slapped with thousands of dollars in fines. It's never been a secret that people think the refs baby Mahomes with calls to help him win. And the first of the NFL players hating on Mahomes and the refs took all the blame for pretty much losing the game because of his holding call. He let the world know what he really thought.
The receiver ran into me. It was a collision. The same thing that was happening all game. They ain't throw no flags. Pat threw the ball outside of the receiver. MC was there. He made the play. Then the ref threw the flag. Like, me personally, that's like when you play basketball and one-on-one and you go up to lay the ball up and you wait to see you miss and then say foul. Like, I can't believe that. Like, that was just crazy because, like, I don't even think they threw the ball my way at me first 3 quarters. Then they started throwing checkdowns, and then a shot that they try to take that's not going, then they finally get bailed out by that. 4th quarter, crunch time, like, I mean, like, that's, I don't even know what to say. It's real frustrating. I ain't even gonna lie.
After saying all that, of course, Mahomes heard, and he just had to talk about why Sauce was tripping.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you get your hands around the guy's neck like 15 yards downfield, they're going to call it something. If it's going to be holding or illegal contact, it's just not allowed. So once I saw him grab him, I threw it up there to give Marquez a chance, kind of knowing that the flag was going to come. So, I mean, you can see it from my position, and I mean, I understand people want to let teams play and stuff like that, but you can't get your hands around guys' necks like that.
I mean, you get your hands around the guy's neck like 15 yards downfield. You're going to call something if you can't get your hands around guys and act like that. Mahomes could act like a psychic all he wanted. There's no way he actually knew that flag was going to be called. In fact, us responded to him one final time with some receipts. Twitter, he literally posted showing off why the flag was nonsense and even explained why it wasn't supposed to be called. Just when you think things can't get any more SUS between the refs and Mahomes, a few weeks later, got way more out of pocket when they were caught helping Mahomes again. Another NFL star was ticked. The Patriots were facing Mahomes and also kept things closed until one play changed everything.
Mahomes feels the pressure, throws on the move with a flag down. Sky Moore's first catch, ball's out to the 41. Let's see what the flag is. It's going to go on New England.
Holding. Defense number 28.
It'll be a hold in the secondary on the Patriots.
After the game, the biggest star on the team, Matt Judon, decided to go on social media and comment on the most ridiculous picture of Mahomes kissing a ref. The caption, "I see no lies." Now what the f*** is that? On to the next one. Patrick Mahomes almost ended this dude's career after his thoughts about him. Just before Lamar Jackson was going to face Kansas City in their upcoming game, he got the chance to express his opinion on them in a press conference.
It's going to be the first playoff matchup between quarterbacks under 30 years old who are former MVPs. I know you're playing against the Chiefs defense, but everybody's going to talk about you and Pat Mahomes. What is it about that kind of matchup that you really like? What is it about competing against them that you really like?
I don't like competing against him at all. But yeah, I mean, he's a great quarterback. Definitely a Hall of Famer. It's not even, it's a no-brainer. He's definitely a Hall of Famer. But it's just, I believe it's just two greats, up-and-coming greats just going toe-to-toe, you know, like a heavyweight fight. Heavyweight matchup, that's just what I see.
Instead of staying on his level, Lamar Jackson compared himself to be as good as Mahomes, even stating that it's going to be like a heavyweight matchup between the two. Even though Lamar did everything he could to keep things close by, breaking tackles,
and he does as Lamar Jackson runs,
throwing a touchdown of his own
for a second time, but the ball is thrown to the end zone, and it's caught!
And even catching his own pass.
2nd and 5. Ball batted up into the air and caught by Jackson. He caught his own pass.
That's one of the greatest plays I've ever seen. This is intercepted 100%.
Eventually, the inevitable happened, which had Lamar smashing his helmet on the ground and tearing up on the sidelines. The game was over, and Pat Mahomes came out victorious once again, beating Lamar in a spectacular way, even though he created wonderful chances that could have gave Baltimore Ravens the win. But what this next player thought of Mahomes was really surprising, even calling him a soccer dad. Not everyone's first impression is good, taking in the fact that he is his teammate.
For sure. Tyreek, I want to ask you this. When you were in training camp and y'all drafted Patrick Mahomes, what was your thought after you watched him that first week in training camp?
I thought it was trash. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't even gonna cap, man. When he first got there, I was like, "They who y'all drafted right here? They who y'all drafted? Hey, y'all." Hey, but look, he proved me into a whole complete I don't know. Like it's just that second year, like his quarterback mechanics were different. It was like he was spending more time with his quarterback coach, spending more time with Coach Reed, like learning the offense. It was like, dude, was like different.
You know, but like when you see him though, like you would think that he'll like a soccer dad or something. Yeah. He's built like the wrong way, but no muscle at all. He doesn't look athletic, but like he really fast for him to be looking like that. Like he'll really surprise you. And then obviously the arm talent is crazy, so he's definitely special.
He even called Mahomes a frog and imitating him in front of hundreds of people.
It's my favorite Patrick Mahomes moment. Probably when he comes in the huddle and he sounds like a frog. That's probably my favorite moment. I crack up every time, just like it's the first time. You want to hear it?
Do it right.
Yeah, Kermit the Frog sounds just like that. I can't do that no more because he ain't gonna throw me the ball no more.
In wrapping up, it's clear that Patrick Mahomes has made a huge impression on the NFL. Players from different eras and teams have praised him for his amazing skills. But it's not all love. There are also some rivals like Joey Bosa, who add some spice to the mix. Despite that, Mahomes keeps making big plays and winning hearts. Whether you're a fan or not, you can't deny his impact on football. So let's keep watching and see what more he'll achieve in the future.